Hi everybody, it's Dr. Kelly, and I'm so happy to see you again. Thanks for coming, thanks for joining. As I put in the comments for this live video tonight, I'm going to talk to you about how I worked with someone to change her energy level, to make her hot flashes stop, to get her to start to lose weight, and to help her remove pain. Hi Becky, nice to see you tonight. I hope you're doing good. It's really an amazing story that I wanted to share. And the reason is because this woman, she's 55 years old. She's actually been working with an integrative doctor, let me clarify. She had been working with an integrative doctor for over a year. She had lots of testing done, okay? And she was being taken care of. And how she described it to me was that she was on a roller coaster. She'd get a medication, she'd get a supplement, she'd feel a little better and she'd feel bad. And then she'd feel a little better and she'd feel bad, right? So she was on this total roller coaster with a provider, a medical provider who claims to be an integrative doctor. Okay, so I'm sure she's been successful with other people, but this particular woman is a great story because just because you get something tested doesn't mean that the way they're handling it is the right thing for you. Okay, so when I first met this woman, she said, over a year ago, I complained of hot flashes. I am tired all the time. I am bloated. I am so irritable. My hands and my feet are swollen. I wake up at 2 a.m. every single morning. I'm sad. I'm really low. And I'm 55 and I'm still getting my period every 3 months or so. Wow. And that's after a year of working with this other doctor. So let me just stop you right there. Do you think something needs to change? Do you think that, okay, you shouldn't be telling me all of the same symptoms after 6 months, let alone after a year. Now, even as I say that, does that mean everything's going to get perfect immediately? Of course not. This woman had gone through years and years, just like each one of you, whatever things you're suffering with. Hi, Trisha. Hi, Malaya. Whatever you're suffering with, your body's been going through that, been working that up for years. So anyone who ever tells you that they can cure you overnight or, magically it'll just go away, or all you have to do is take this one supplement, and everything will be perfect. They don't know what they're doing. They're scamming you and they're lying. Maybe that one product has helped someone, but the beautiful thing is when you work with somebody who cares about you and who looks at what's going on with you, where you're at in your stage of life, what you've already done, make sure that you get tested correctly. Now, let me just tell you, did I do a whole bunch of testing on this woman? No, I did a couple of things that were missing, but she had a ton of testing done and repeat testing and repeat and repeat and repeat and repeat. And she still felt like crap, total crap for a whole year. And so she spent a ton of money, even though she was going to a provider who was in a system so that some things could be billed to her insurance. She wasn't getting the results that she needed. So what's more devastating than that? And I know so many of you feel so frustrated all the time because you either don't have the money or you don't want to spend the money. You think your insurance should cover whatever it costs to get you healthy. I'm here to tell you it's not the way it works. Insurance doesn't pay to get you healthy. The things that what I do is help people discover the barriers, break them down to get you healthy. I work to get your body functioning closer to normal, as close to normal as we can get it. Now think about this. This woman is 55 years old. And actually, after this year's time of her roller coaster ride, she's gained weight. How happy do you think she was with that? You know, she was given hormones because, well, she has menopausal symptoms. And the more women that I talk to, and the more things that I see out there online, well, all you got to do is take this. All you got to do is take this. All you got to do is eat this. It's not that easy. Your hormones aren't that easy. And when they get off, there's reasons that they got off, and we need to address those reasons, and we need to work with your brain, that HP axis, which is the signaling center to tell your body, make more, make less, get this balance, get this off, but your life stressors, the way you've eaten, verbal and physical abuse, not getting sleep, getting up at 3 a.m. for work and standing all day, all those types of things make our hormones get off, make these symptoms that I told you she was having, pain, irritability, she's sad, hot flashes, and she's 55 and she still has a period sometimes. Wow. I know, for all of you, like when we're in our 50s, like please make it stop. It's ready to stop. It should stop. And you don't have to suffer with all those symptoms. So my conversation with her at first was just figuring out what's been going on. What have you done? What worked? What didn't work? Well, anything may have worked for a really little period of time. When I met her, her last hormone check of her testosterone was the level of a man. And I see this a lot when I start working with women who have been getting testosterone pellets. So I don't believe in that. It's not that I don't believe in the pellets. I don't believe in the level and the amount that women are getting to raise their testosterone so they can feel good. Whew, it gave me some energy. Woo, I had a libido. And then guess what happens for a lot of them? Woo, I feel good. Wow, I can feel that go away. And so they got to get more pellets. And then, woo, I feel good. And oh my gosh, it went away. Or then it stops working. And it's really one of the biggest reasons this woman gained weight. So, and she still had all the same symptoms. And her testosterone levels were normal from the beginning. They were normal for a woman. The doctor pushed them to a high level, almost 300, which is the level of a man. A woman shouldn't be higher than 60 or 80. And then she's got a lot, okay? Her levels were up to 300 when I met her, and her other doctor had just checked it. I said, ooh, no wonder you've gained weight. No wonder you're moody. No wonder you're angry. No wonder you're irritable. No wonder you gained weight. No wonder you haven't made progress, because nothing's been done to help correct the issues that are going on inside. All they did was give her something that her body technically didn't need, because some women really like it and it makes them feel better right away. So if you can make them feel better right away, they'll keep coming back. And then, I've done my job. I've made them feel good. It's not the answer. I'm absolutely not against using bioidentical hormones, but I find myself using less and less and less because I've found out better ways to work with your body to correct the real issue. And then you get to normal. Then you're not up and down on this roller coaster ride. And does it happen perfectly overnight? No. But the cool thing about this story is that once she and I talked and had our consult, I looked through all of her labs. I ordered a couple more things. Hi, Lori. Hi, Penny. And we evaluated where she was at. I had her start cleaning up her diet. Okay, she started to just eat cleaner. We were testing her food allergies, but we were waiting for those to come back. And those are a pivotal thing for changes in her body, because it's the foods she was eating was irritating her body. She's constantly inflamed. She constantly has pain. She stands on her feet all day for work and her feet hurt all the time. Well, that's never going to go away. Well, guess what? It's going away. It's going away when we're getting rid of the inflammation and I'm giving her body what it needs, and we're removing the things that make it hurt, that make her inflamed, that make her mood bad, etc. So She stopped going back for testosterone. We weaned her off of her progesterone, oral progesterone. Taking hormones orally is not the best way to take it, even when you need it. We changed her food, we changed up those patterns, and I started to support her brain. Wait a minute. She's going into menopause. She's got a menopause problem. She's gained weight. She's really irritable. She's having hot flashes all the time. She's got no energy at all. She hurts. She's still getting a period. She's really, really sad. She's really down. I started to work with her brain. Gave her some support in that HP axis, that hypothalamus pituitary, which the hypothalamus evaluates. Ooh, how much hormone we got? How much we got? Ooh, we're dropping down. It's going low. And then that temperature regulation system gets a little bit off. It starts sending different signals. And, that brain was used to bathing in estrogen, and it loved bathing in estrogen. And now when that you pulled the drain, we're heading into menopause and that estrogen is going lower and lower. The brain's going, what? Wait a minute, don't take my bath away. I still need that bath. I loved that bath. That bath was soothing and comforting. We need our hormones. And when we still get a cycle, we have much higher levels, right? So, but this hypothalamus and pituitary sends a message to those ovaries to ovulate, and then that keeps those hormones high. When we go into menopause, we stop ovulating. Our hormones are supposed to get low. And if you've taken care of yourself, when you transition, that transition will go much better than if we beat ourselves up with our work, with our lives, with our habits, with our alcohol, with, whatever it might be. Hi, Robin. Thanks. So it's all about how you're taking care of yourself right now to make it better when you start to go into menopause, okay? So we always, we think we're invincible in our 20s and 30s, and we're not. If we just did a little bit better there, menopause would be so much better for so many more women. But so we cleaned up her food. She did get food allergy testing, which has helped tremendously as well. I started working with her brain to get her body closer to normal, for her brain to start to accept it's okay to have lower hormone levels. We have to get her adjusted to the new normal level. Stable Mabel menopause, ladies, is where we want to get and feel good, have energy, have a libido, etc., right? Hi, Jill. So I supported her HP axis, her adrenal gland, her thyroid had looked great. Yet, hey, I'm tired, I'm sluggish, I got dry skin, I'm gaining weight. It must be my thyroid, right? Her thyroid was not appearing to be the issue from the testing that she's already had done. We needed to work with her foods and her inflammation. We needed to work with her liver, because the liver is your detox system, right? But it plays a huge role in keeping those hormones balanced and breaking them down and breaking them down appropriately. So we had a wealth of information on her already, and I started, hi Jay, hi Dr. J. I started to support her in what she needed, what her labs told me she needed. Not the generic, take this supplement, oh, that's low, take this, oh, this is high, take this. We didn't do that. I don't do that. I look at the person and what they're going through and where they've been, and focus really strategically. Where do they need support? Where do we need to start? Where do we need to build? And I really needed her to change her food, work on her liver, and start to support her brain and her mood. So just a month, 4 weeks, 5 weeks after we started to make changes, first thing she says to me, I feel so much better. Awesome! We are headed in the right direction. Is she cured? Is she perfect? Of course not. But to finally feel some relief, to get that big weight off of her shoulders, I'm feeling so much better. Hey, my mood is really good. This was just a woman for the whole last year was really down, was really sad. Her husband has some health issues as well, and everything's weighing heavy on her. Her kids are out of the house, but he's got that issue, and I feel like crap every day. And, those things weigh on us too, right? I'm feeling so much better, and my mood is really good. First two things she told me when we met again after we just started to make changes. Awesome. We're headed in the right direction. I'm doing what her body needs. And those symptoms that are relieving are telling me just that. We are doing a good job. Now we need to build upon that. If she would have only told me those two things, that would have been fabulous. But guess what? She said, yeah, my energy's okay. Okay, she didn't say it's like through the roof. She didn't say it's fantastic. But before, she had none. I'm so tired, all the time. All I want to do is, I don't want to get out of bed. I don't want to get up for work. My energy's okay. This woman is doing such a 360. And guess what? I didn't put a bunch of pellets in her butt to give her a superficial boost to make her feel for a moment like, oh, I've got something to work with, and then let her go right back down to where her body started because she was given something falsely that helped with some symptoms, but it didn't change her, and it didn't change her body. Are you guys getting that? Does that make sense? How we really have to work together, closely, so I know how things are changing, and so we can stay on top of that and keep changing for the better. She's sleeping much better, except for the days that she has to get up really, really super early for work. When she has the early shift at work, she's up before 4 a.m. and that makes her sleep less sound. But otherwise, she's sleeping better, and her weight has already started to go down. Get those testosterone pellets out. Stop giving me this fake hormone because you thought I needed it, but it was the exact opposite of what she needed. And this poor woman kept working with her doctor and kept working with her doctor as she should have. You got to give it time. You've got to give it the benefit. Hi, Mandy. But every single symptom that this woman started with that made her see that integrative doctor, we're all still there. And so what we want to do right now is keep all these things going. She had severe swelling in her hands and her feet. Swelling's gone. Magic. What do we do? Changed the way you're eating, helped your body get rid of the crap. It's as easy as that. And I know it's not as easy as that. It's easy to say that. That's literally what it is, but it takes a lot more work. But you get good at it. Do you think she's feeling positive? Do you think she's feeling good? Absolutely she is. And so every time that we talk, it's like, yes, I still got energy. I could use a little bit more, but I still got energy. Yep, I'm still feeling good. That's so much better. I'm not feeling depressed. I'm not feeling so low. Foot pain, one foot doesn't hurt anymore. The other foot, little bit, hurts a little bit yet. She stands for long hours. Did I expect that to go away super fast? Of course not. It's wonderful that she's feeling so much pressure relief on her body that her pain is subsiding. Her energy is coming up. Her sleep is chilling out. And we're going to keep on working on it. She's totally headed in the right direction for sustainable results. That's really key here, right? Because the integrative doctor who's working in the medical realm, who has access to medications, who can give thyroid medications, who can give bioidentical hormones, I'm not against any of that. All I'm doing is showing you a great example how they didn't do the right things for her. They superficially boosted up hormones that she didn't need, and it made her gain weight. It made her become depressed. It didn't change her hot flashes, and therefore every time she had a little glimpse of feeling better, It never stayed because they didn't work with changing her body. They didn't, we got to do a lot of brain work, ladies and men. You too, you go through changes too. And it's the signaling process in your brain that we've got to do the right things supporting in your body so that your body feels comfortable. Like, oh yeah, I knew this was coming. I knew it was going to happen, that we'd, stop making babies and stuff. And this is all good. This is all right. Little bit of adjustment. We all have a little bit of adjustment. There's things that we got to tweak, and that's all okay. But we've beat ourselves up for the last 30 or 40 years. And then it all comes to a head and we seem to be falling apart at the pieces. And she is a wonderful example of how paying attention to the right things, supporting her in the right ways, brings those pieces back together. And she suffered for the last year trying to get those pieces together, and it didn't work because they weren't doing the right things. Just, oh yeah, you got those symptoms, all you need, no libido, no energy, I'll just give you testosterone. But my testosterone level is actually normal for a woman. Should I still take testosterone? Yeah, we'll just give you testosterone, it'll be great. And hey, this is great. Oh yeah, and then it goes away. So I hope I've given you a good example. I am not putting blame on any practitioners out there. I'm explaining to you a different approach, how I approach things differently and why it works. And everybody's not as fast for so many symptoms to turn around so fast. Again, she's not perfect. We're still working through this. We're plunging through her food. We're working through her liver. We're getting her brain accustomed to a new normal. We're still doing all of the hard work. And every step of the way, she's just going to get better and she's going to get better and she's going to get better. And then we take away supplements. So anybody who had this conversation with another woman just this morning who for a very long time worked with someone who kept her on tons of hormones all the time. Oh, excuse me, not hormones, tons of supplements all the time. Like all the time. She needs to be on 5 or 6 liquids all the time. Yep, stay on that. Yep, oh, switch to these 5. Oh, switch to those. Oh, get on those for years. And actually, she did also take some hormones like DHEA at enormously high and actually dangerous levels because it really made her adrenal gland shut down. And so we've been working on repairing that. So my goal for this woman, I've got her on several supplements, and that does cost money. And we're seeing each other regularly, but I keep reassuring her that you're not going to need these forever. This is a transition. This is supporting your body for what your body needs right now. We're going to get it in a good spot, and then we're going to be able to take them away because you shouldn't have to be on a supplement forever. Another good example of that, just to drive that point home, we test for food allergies, right? You know how many people get allergic to turmeric or even the ginger, which also is used to make curcumin, very popular supplement, curcumin for pain, for inflammation, for the immune system. It's great. I use it as well in the form of turmeric, but so many people get started on it, they stay on it, and they stay on it forever and forever and ever, and their body just gets to a point where it's like, gosh, why don't you ever give me a break from that stuff? Okay, we can get, resistant to it, just like when I talk about insulin resistance from blood sugars being so high and that hormone insulin and how that creates a whole problem. But I thought this woman had a really cool story since she's been working very hard for well over a year, because she and I have been working together for a while now too, for several months, and doing the right things, not falsely supporting her body or giving her something that her body doesn't need or just giving hormones because you can. Changing that has made dramatic changes that are going to be sustainable because I'm not giving her anything fake. I'm supporting her body in what it needs, and each step of the way we'll get better at it for her because every person is different. Every person needs different things in different amounts at different times, and that's okay. But you got to have a provider who knows that concept and who can figure that out. So if you have any questions about anything that I talked about tonight, now's your chance. But I hope it was a good story that maybe you can relate to, or if you know anybody who's suffering with like the symptoms that I talked about with this woman, please share my name, send them to drkellyfelmer.com. People can get scheduled that way. Don't forget that I've got some online courses for people who don't want to do one-on-one consults. I've got a weight loss course, and I've got the food testing course out there where there's testing options followed by consultation sessions that I have pre-recorded, and it's working out really, really well. So look for those, share those, and I'll wait just a little bit more as I am looking to see any questions. Now's your chance, now's your chance, now's your chance. And there's always a little bit of a delay, but I hope everybody's enjoying their summer. I can't believe it's already July 11th, so that's like the middle of July, which means it's almost the end of July, which means that it's actually almost August, which means school starts, and then, wow, then everybody's back in school and back to the grind, and don't forget to enjoy your summer. So stress kills us, people. Stress kills us, destroys your adrenal gland. You need your adrenal gland. You need it to help when you go into menopause. You need it for your thyroid. It's that big triangle of endocrine things, that thyroid, the ovaries, or the testicles, and the adrenal gland that you need to protect because you will be feeling and performing the best. Who doesn't want to lose weight if they're overweight so that you can get at a weight that feels good, and to sleep good, to have good energy, to be happy so that you can feel alive and enjoy your family, enjoy your friends, and enjoy this beautiful summer. So don't forget to take good care of you. Somebody gifted me a massage just last week, so I'm like, oh yes, I so need to go get a massage because I always want one, but I never go and do it. And now she gave me a very nice and generous gift certificate that I am going to use, and I'm excited because I need to take care of me too. Don't forget to take care of you. Otherwise, you can't take care of anybody else. Becky, is it okay to be taking a probiotic for a long period of time? That's a great question. So a probiotic is different from the standpoint of it's bacteria, okay? So it's unlike what you should be taking in your probiotic is bacteria that we have in our system. I mean, we are outnumbered by the quantity of bacteria compared to human cells. We need a variety of strains of good bacteria to keep bad bacteria in check so we don't get sick, so we don't get candida overgrowth, etc. So the one thing that I would say is that you don't need to be taking super high doses of probiotics long term. I do use high doses of probiotics when I'm starting with somebody who's really got a gut problem, who I know their gut has been destroyed. I'm really working to restore and replenish. Hey, Kathy. Restore and replenish the bacteria in their gut. So I know they need high levels, but no one should need that high of a level long term. That means we didn't do our job. We didn't help the gut to heal. We didn't stop beating it up. So there can be lower amounts. People will probably always be better taking a little bit of a probiotic, but if you can, the right thing to do is to get it through food sources. And then when you can't get it through a food source, then take it as a supplement. So fermented foods will always give you a good source of a probiotic. So sauerkraut, yuck, I hate it. Ugh. So I don't eat that, but if you like it, you should, because it's going to give you some good probiotic. Kombucha is very popular now because it provides probiotics. Yogurts, of course, have always been promoted as providing probiotics, and they do, but a lot of people are allergic to milk. Factory farmed milk is super inflammatory, and traditionally, even in your Greek yogurt, people, there is tons and tons and tons of sugar. Like some of the Greek yogurts that I pick up is equivalent to eating ice cream. So then it's not so beneficial for you, okay? So remember that. Try to get it from different sources, different strains. I don't like it when I see somebody who takes one strain of a probiotic. That's never a good thing because all of those bacteria need to get balanced, and there is not one that is dominant. You want to have many of many different kinds. Okay, so I hope that help to answer your question. Probiotics are always beneficial. Mix it up a little bit. That's the main point. Whenever you can mix it up with food, fantastic. Then don't take a supplement. You don't always have to take the same dose. There may be, if you're ever on an antibiotic, then you should be doubling up on what you take for a probiotic to counter that. But I hope that was helpful for you, Becky. That was really a great question. Chris says, would my primary doctor check my adrenal gland? I don't know. So it all depends. There definitely are some providers out there who will. And so you can ask him or her, Chris. The problem is if they don't usually do that, they're not going to know what to do with it. Okay? So you can test it through the blood. To test your adrenal gland would be looking at cortisol. It's a steroid, okay? A steroid hormone, a building hormone. That's our stress hormone, cortisol. But your adrenal gland also makes DHEA. So you can get a snapshot of that through the blood. The ideal thing to see is over the whole span of the day, though, because your cortisol changes as the day goes. You start out, when you're still sleeping, you start out here, and then you wake up and you spike, and then you start to use it, and you start to use it, and it should be low so that you can sleep at night. Your food impacts it, your stress level impacts it. And so you can check it once through the blood, and it only gives you that one snapshot. It's information nonetheless. Nobody wants to get poked, have their blood drawn 4 times during the day to evaluate the cortisol. So there is saliva testing, and I use a lot of urine testing with a hormone test that gives me a 24-hour evaluation with all of the hormones of your adrenal gland. So he might check it. He or she might check your adrenal gland. Specifically, it would be at least the cortisol. DHEA is the other one that can also be checked through the blood. Ask. See what you can get. Chances are they don't know how to do it or have access to the tests to do it through the saliva or the urine, though. So see how far you can get. Well, I want to thank you all very, very much for being here tonight. Thanks so much for liking it. Please be sharing my videos. I appreciate that. The majority of people that I work with are through referrals. So I've worked with one person who tells another person, you need to go see her, and she's going to get it fixed. You're welcome, Chris. So please share, because that's how I meet new people and get out there more. And I hope you guys have a wonderful rest of your evening and a good rest of your week. I'll talk to you again soon.